What's happening behind me is what some people call a plant rescue. What we're doing is distributing these plants to people who have an interest in using them for landscaping, for habitat restoration, for putting in gardens at the Clemson Botanical Garden, South Carolina Botanical Garden. Some private landowners who just want to introduce these native longleaf plants to their landscape. And this is the culmination of a workshop that we had this morning in which we talked about the benefits of the longleaf pine ecosystem and the ground cover species that are associated with them. The plot behind me is an experimental plot that has been on this site at the PD Rec for about 4 to 5 years now, and we've been collecting data on how these plants perform in a common garden environment. And we're finishing up the project. This site is going to be repurposed to other uses for research, and rather than just turn these plants under, we decided it would be a good idea to give them another home. So the participants in the workshop are now digging up plants to take back with them. Okay, well, the longleaf pine ecosystem is a ecosystem that's dominated by the longleaf pine species, which is a species of pine, southern yellow pine, that used to be dominant across the southeast in an arc that spread from Virginia down through the eastern coastal plain, the Gulf Coast plain, and into eastern Texas. Once occupied about 93 million acres of habitat. Now it's reduced to about 3 million acres. So it's just a shadow of its former self. And there's a lot of efforts underway to restore longleaf pine. But part of the ecosystem involves the ground cover, which plays important roles for providing wildlife habitat, pollinator habitat, and helping with the propagation of fire, which is a management tool that's necessary to maintain the longleaf pine ecosystem. So getting these species back in on the sites is as important as planting the longleaf trees themselves.